I don't want like the Tony treatment here, okay? The Cadillac Cologne special. I want the whole.
Good.
Oh
And
wait,
we're keeping this whole thing, but
Yeah,
we
whatever.
are back.
come on, Chief.
Episode 53. The dream is free. Tony and me with Craig Oshrin. Real estate, Web3 extraordinaire.
Dream is free.
But the hustle's sold separate.
Adam and I were sitting at lunch, and he knew I was into crypto, and I said, I would love to do a podcast. So he's like, go get me the information. Go get me the information. So we did. I got them the information. I met with you guys, and was like, love at first sight. And I'm like, the vibe in this building, the vibe in this room. But at the end of the day, I truly love learning about the Web3 space, and I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity. And so Adam and I partnered up. My focus is just to bring great content to an audience, and then let them grow with that. So thanks for having me on The Dream is Free.
Where are you from, by the way? I forgot to ask you this.
I'm originally from Hampton, Connecticut.
Hamden.
Hamden.
I don't know anything about
What's
Originally.
Hamden like? Because I've always wondered.
I don't know. I mean, I lived there up until I was
Wait,
12.
We start?
So
Yeah, we're just going.
Oh, yeah?
That's how we do it.
I was like a
welcome
Bill.
back?
It's like a yeah.
And
just
we're
get-
back?
Yeah, and we're back. You got to do it like you do everyone else's. I don't want to
dude.
be.
He's not special treatment
I don't.
here.
I don't want like the Tony treatment here. Okay, the Cadillac Cologne special. I want the
This
whole.
This is good.
Oh
And
wait.
we're keeping this whole thing, but
Yeah,
we
whatever.
are back.
Come on, Chief.
Episode 53. The dream is free. Tony and me with Craig Oshrin.
Wow.
Real estate, Web3
Yeah.
extraordinaire.
Yeah, I don't know about the extraordinary. How you doing, man?
Good, man.
Thanks for having me on The Dream is Free.
Thanks for coming.
The Dream is free.
But the hustle's sold separate.
Nice.
Yes. I agree, right, Tony?
Yeah, how can you not?
You can't, you have to have hustle.
Yes.
You understand. You're a networking guru.
Oof.
So yeah, Hamden. Wait, why were you saying, why do we know about Hamden?
No, I was saying I don't know anything about Hamden.
That's
is
what I'm
I
saying.
was
So yeah.
I'm originally from Hampton.
So yeah, what is Hamden like till you're 12?
I don't know. I think a couple main strip malls. What I remember most in my childhood was the Oreo ice cream at Sweet Ashley's. It was the best.
Is it still
Sweet
there?
Ashley.
And then if I couldn't go there, if Ashley's was for whatever reason closed, I would go to Wendy's for the chocolate frosty and the French fries.
Nice. Do
Sweet
you dip the fries in the Frosty?
I don't know, dude. No, man. I keep it
No?
with ketchup, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Why, Tony? Tony, I'm assuming, does a little bit.
Yeah, it probably dips the hamburger.
I
in
mean,
there.
I don't. No. It's not like crazy. I may have done a chicken nugget once, but I mean,
you
dipping
do
your
fries.
French fries in the Frosty isn't unheard of.
No, I'm not.
No.
I've heard it before too.
No judgment.
You
I
never
just
heard
not
it?
something I did. No, I probably saw some kid at camp do that. His mom dropped him off a frosty, and hey, here's the fries, sonny.
He's coming at Tony right now. These are jabs,
No.
as Bill would
No.
say.
Jabs.
Oh,
These
is that
are
what Bill
jabs.
called him?
Jabs.
Mr. Ottman.
Mr. Hop.
Mr.
Yeah.
Ottman.
We said
Sounds so official.
I think we said Bill. I think.
Yeah.
We're on a first name basis with him now.
Oh yeah, no, we do.
Yeah.
Bill.
No,
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
are.
No, we are. Yeah.
Oh, you? Oh, okay. Sorry, Chief. Sorry, Chief.
So what else? Did you play sports growing up? Like from 0 to 12? Because then where did you go after 12? You said you moved.
I was kind of like an athletic kid, but I never played in any organized sports.
I
So
can see
like,
you being a baseball player.
no, I wasn't. I was a distance runner. So
No, I remember you
eventually-
saying that later.
Yeah.
But
So I moved from living with my mom in Hampden. I moved to my father's house,
and then
from
where
12
was
on.
that?
Norwalk, Connecticut.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Definitely
Okay.
Yep.
different place.
What
Yeah.
year? What year was this at?
1990.
Okay. What was Newark like in the
cool.
'90s?
Yeah, what the heck? What was Sono like?
Yeah. Was it built up?
Guys,
or
I was in middle school and,
weren't going out.
yeah, not like that. I mean, like probably like, I don't know, 93, 94, I was going out.
All right, so then what was it like then?
I guess kind of like it was, kind of like it was in every other town in a sense. Every town had its sort of like cool diner, its little hangout,
Nice.
like gas station spot where you'd pull up, or
Yeah, yeah.
the late night diners. Those are the cool things. I've got a couple friends still from high school, and it's kind of special because as we grow older, it's kind of cool to see this just how life's paths have taken us.
Yeah.
And just some have families, some don't.
Right.
I never thought I'd be a dad. That's
Really?
freaky.
You never thought that?
No.
I feel like you would think that.
Nope.
You seem like the guy who'd like want to be a dad.
Like just maybe one and done was kind of like that slogan for a while. And, my wife let me ride that out until she came to me and say, honey, it's really not fair that Jacob doesn't have a sibling.
I could agree with that.
Me
And
too.
yeah, and I said it's not fair, but life isn't fair. And I was able to kind of fight that off for a little while. No, I'm just telling the honest story. And then it kind of came to the realization where when Perry was born, it was amazing. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I've packed more lunches. I've folded more clothes.
Yeah.
I am the folder at home. I am the
Are you good at folding
dishwasher.
clothes? Or you just like have your own special way of doing it, or do you know how to fold clothes?
I don't know. I guess I'd leave that up for your interpretation.
Tony's rolling his eyes.
I'm pretty organized.
I worked at Banana Republic's women's department in Fairfield for like I'd
Banana
say 2
Republic.
weeks. No, it was when I was like 16.
Wait,
Can I work
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Can I work in the ladies section? They probably like, sure you can.
No, it was only a women's department.
And then there was a discrepancy with a customer or two.
Yeah.
No, one overnight
cool.
shift, and I was like, oh my god, I can't do this.
Overnight shift?
Yeah, where you like redo everything.
Listen, at the end of the day,
shipment
I'm
comes
very
in.
good at folding clothes, but I have no doubt about it that both of you are unorganized. You probably don't have your laundry folded, and your rooms are both a mess. I guarantee that your apartments are a mess.
See, I just cleaned my
I'm
room.
right
Scrubbed
across the room
scrubbed
from
my
somebody
toilet,
who I believe is
okay?
as organized as I am. And Renee, I'm looking you right in the face right now. Give me the
couldn't be more
nod.
wrong.
Are they as disorganized as I think they are in their homes? No. Wow.
So
Just at
can we get a
Mike's house.
soundbite?
Yeah, wait, is my mic on?
It's on,
Yeah.
it's on.
We were all actually just at Mike's apartment for
Greek Easter Sunday.
Greek Easter, and very nice, very clean. Everything's organized.
Well, that was because you were coming over
Yeah,
and
but-
probably a bunch of other people. So, okay.
You know what?
Regardless,
No, actually, I have to say they're very organized.
we are.
You
Tony
almost
Logan
sound
was
like you're
proper.
surprised. Like, because would you kind of have that thought if you were me from this vantage point?
Men in general, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm not
men in
hating
general.
on it.
Kinda
But
sexist.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it is sexist.
Very sexist.
Is it not the majority? Like more men than women are unorganized and dirty in their living.
I need the
arrangements.
I don't know. I've seen some some dorm women.
I'm talking about
rooms.
the entire world, Tony. Like men are more dirty.
How do you know that?
proven.
Though? Proven by who?
The world.
What are you talking about, Renee?
Wow.
We need surveys. We need
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
there's no, you're not coming out with any facts over here. Where are your facts? You're saying the whole world is proven?
Yeah, that's
Men
funny.
are always more dirtier than women.
I don't know. Women
More
are pretty-
dirtier is incorrect grammar.
Women are honestly messy though. Can you admit that? Like there are messy,
that's-
messy
There
women.
I
are messy
remember going, if I was in a dorm, I'm on the all girls floor, whatever, dude. You go into that bathroom, disgusting. Their bathrooms were the worst,
Preach,
and their
Tony,
floors
preach.
smelled so bad.
Drop
they
it
didn't
on
know
her,
what to
Tony. She's
do.
not
They didn't
ready
know
for
what was
this.
going. They weren't ready for being on their own. All right, they didn't know what was going on.
Exactly.
There was clothes in the washing machine that they left in the washer, so you have the wet, gross, smelly clothes in the whole. Oh no, dude. Gross.
I think
gross.
women put up the appearance that they're
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not.
exactly.
But
It's a
I-
facade.
And a good facade at
It's
that.
a ruse. Yeah.
Very good. Like superhero.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it
you know, you don't
depends
know it's
on
Clark
I think
Kent.
it depends on the individual, just in general. You know.
Yeah.
So laundry and dishes. I'm a rock star.
Cool. Yeah. So let's backtrack though. So
Okay.
high school. Let's go to high school times. What was high school like for Craig?
So I was about 80 to 100 pounds throughout high school. So I did wrestle in high school. It was kind of
Wow.
Cool.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was a friendly kid. You know, you're always trying to find your place in high school.
Yeah,
So I
it's a
wasn't
weird
like
time.
I knew the cool kids. I knew the jocks, but I also was sort of a kid that was just trying to find my own way.
Yeah.
And figure out like who am I? And I think at a younger age, I think some of the kids that were I think at that time were cool in school had kind of come into their own, and there was a cool in school. They kind of found themselves earlier on.
Yeah.
And you know, I think I found myself a little bit later in life in that regard, as far as like self-esteem and awareness, and you know how to present yourself and how people perceive you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, those people though that you think have figured it out really didn't figure it out. They're just like even more insecure and shallow than you could even imagine.
Some definitely.
But cool. Where'd you go to college then? What high school did you go to?
Yeah,
Norwalk
I went to
High?
Norwalk High School.
Oh, cool.
Graduated in '96, and then I went to Norwalk Community.
Nice.
I went to Southern.
Nice.
I went to Southern for a semester, and then I was just like, yeah, kind of just did a little too much partying, which people wouldn't think.
Southern, I feel like maybe.
When I say partying, I mean mind the way. I mean I was a 1 or 2 natty light guy, and I was out. Like I was very lightweight.
Yeah, it sounds
but
like
but I wasn't getting anything from my semester there. Like nothing. Like
And What'd you go in for?
I don't know. Liberal arts. Nothing really crazy. And then I think I came back to Norwalk Community. I got my 2-year, and I just loved business, and I love the idea of what could I do. So I think I found at a very young age that I was earlier age that I was going to be more entrepreneurial. And
So what'd you do after college?
You got your degree in business?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I would say no. I would say like a liberal arts degree with I would say like a minor in business. Like as far as a lot of the classes that I took were focused around business. That seemed to be my interest.
Nice.
So yeah. What did I do after?
Yeah, how'd you navigate life?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always had a lot of jobs. So until I quit my jobs, I then started a moving company.
Oh,
I did.
What was it called?
Cool. I had it for 14 years. It's called C&O Helpers.
C&O?
Yeah, C&O Helpers. But the problem is that I wasn't, at the time that I had that business, and I had it for 14 years, I actually, when my wife and I got engaged, in the year we got married in 2014, I started that business in 2001, shortly after September 11th. So I was we were actually helping to move some people out from New York City after the trade towers came down. And that was a really profound experience to come into the city and to kind of help people get out of there.
I bet.
But I think, moreover, the ideas of why I started the business I got disenchanted with that. And so the ideas, I wouldn't consider myself being an employer is a very different tact from actually being an entrepreneur. So the things that can grow a business doesn't mean that you're going to be a good employer. And being a good employer is very hard because you're not always going to be liked or popular. But at the end of the day, I didn't understand or how to navigate having employees and being able to, manage that, because I was always coming from places, I just want you to like me. And I think that's great if, someone likes you, but I think respect is way more important. But I also I wasn't also prepared for, how to navigate dealing with, issues that would arise, or client issues or employee issues. I would just handle it with, okay, how do I get everybody to like me? And that's not the approach. And so I think over a 14-year period, I learned a lot. I'm very grateful for those experiences because I think it shaped me now. It shaped me not now, but when I left, I was able to kind of pull my head away from that 14-year experience of having a moving business. And that's when I started my move management service. And that was a kind of short-lived because I was going to be a realtor. And I was very set on that, and my wife was like, "You're going to do very well at this." And it took a number of years to establish, and then I've had some decently good years in real estate, and now our market's just I don't even know how to describe this crazy real estate market. But I think coming from that standpoint, it was learning about growing a business, how to make money, how to keep relationships of referrals. But being an employer is not for everyone, and definitely wasn't for me. It was a very kind of fit like an odd jacket in the regard of how to navigate, things that would come up, or if someone didn't show up to work, making sure that you create boundaries. I was never a boundary person. And I think now, having kids, there are things that are healthy boundaries. And I think you and I actually speak to those offline about healthy boundaries and respect, and kind of making sure that, I'm respectful, but I'm also mindful of what I say and how I behave, and I try to pass those things on to my son as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
When did you do the real estate thing?
Real estate thing, I got my real estate license at the end of 2014.
Okay, and then tell me about that. So you get your license. What happens?
So I didn't do the due diligence that I should have. So the first brokerage that I went with was out of Southport.
Due diligence.
Due diligence. Very popular phrase on the corner.
Yep, on CraigO's Crypto Corner.
Yeah.
Plug-in.
Well, because I think it's important,
We're plugging that in right now.
CraigO's Crypto Corner, best in Web3.
Yes. Right back into it.
Right back. Boom.
Like Batman.
But I think the due diligence is you sit down at a desk and you meet with a manager of a particular office, and he goes, "Craig, why would you want to go anywhere else? Look around you. The most successful agents are here. We've got the best tools and technology." We've got a great brand name. You should be here. And I'm like, oh my God, I know this guy. I like him. Seems like he's successful. He dresses nice.
Yeah.
It's where I'm to be. No. No.
Why?
Because at the end of the day, you know nothing about real estate. You know, this is kind of like what I didn't realize at the time. You know nothing about real estate. You don't know anything about market conditions. You've had no real interaction, right? So someone's what? Going to hire you to help make the most important decision on their buying and selling real estate needs? No way. Then I was like, oh, I've got this great network. And this network is going to use me. Family, friends, past clients have moved. Nobody used me.
Right.
Nobody. But you have this stupid thought in your mind.
Yeah.
People are going to use me. I'm a likable, nice guy, and now it's just me. I just have to manage me now. And the problem is that you're looking in the mirror and you were having to now be faced with all that's wrong with you. So you couldn't point the finger and be like, well, someone didn't show up to work or there was an issue. It was now you. And that was really difficult to kind of come to terms with very early on. But then also, especially when you get in this space and a lot of people, I'm gonna become a realtor. It's a great idea. I think it's a great business and it's wonderful when you can get things to come together for a buyer and seller and you can work cohesively with the other side, whether you're working on a buyer transaction or a seller. But you know, the professionalism, the ability to write up a really great offer, and the process side of it. So I remember sitting down with this particular manager and I was like, you know, process is important to me and understanding how to do the paperwork and, you know, creating credibility. He's like, no, all you have to do is go network and go get these listings. Well, how do I do that? I don't know. Go talk to your network. Let's do out a flyer, you know, an email blast or like MailChimp, which nobody reads and nobody really read at that time either. And I was my first email blast out was, I was a global real estate agent. How professional is that? With no experience. I was a global ambassador. Yeah, and this big title went out to my whole network. And I'm just wondering, you know, if at home, like some of my friends were like, oh my God, Craig got sucked into the realtor vortex. And so it took a number of years. I ended up leaving that brokerage probably in 2016 to join with a team. And I looked at this team leader in the area and I was like, wow, you're amazing. I'm going to be so successful because I'm on your team now. So I put everything on his plate. Like somehow he was going to make me be the person that was chosen to get listings and we were going to make lots of money together. And that didn't happen. Okay. So I made a living each year. I mean, I definitely was able to help with buyer and seller transactions. And I remember my first closings and how exciting it was and, you know, do the whole realtor thing, you know, like where you put your arm around your client and you have the just sold sign. I'm just I hate that.
Everywhere.
No disrespect.
Yeah.
I don't want to put a just sold sign. Like I look for a good Google review. I'll let my 50 Google reviews speak for themselves. I'll let my clients be my best source of referrals. I'll let the social media just show, like when I post something, it's not, you know, sometimes they'll be like, hey, if you have a question or like a valuation, reach out to me. If you want to know what your home's worth, more than happy to have a conversation. But I want to hit them with statistics or things to think about. So I'm going to be doing some more posts related to that. But I try to go outside of the keep a buyer excited, keep a seller excited. I'm always asking my clients, if you're selling, why are you selling? Where are you moving to? If you're buying, how long are you going to be here? This is a very interesting market, but you know, not to go too far off the rails.
Oh, this is fun.
You know, when I left that team, I then joined another, so as I see, I left that team, I was with the same brokerage, and then I came to a local brokerage within that company, and I stayed with them probably for about 4.5, 5 years. And then about a year and a half ago, I think at the end of 2020, I came over to Remax Heritage in Westport, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay there. Good, bad, and different. It's wonderful, by the way. I'm having a great time over there. But I think what happens is that a lot of agents will move around like a ping pong ball. And each time you do that, your network's looking at you going, oh, what did you leave for? More money? Oh, what's your production? So you create an uncertainty within your own network subconsciously. Because, you know, people will come up, your family or friends, sometimes they'll come up, you did a great job, Mike. You did a great job. That's awesome. Congratulations. And in the back of their mind, they're kind of thinking, why did you do that? They won't say it to you because they don't want to get into a conversation. Most people will avoid conflict at all costs.
Oh, she knew my family.
Costs. Yeah, it sounded a little New Yorker. What
They would do the opposite of that.
Oh, they would tell you how much, yeah.
Oh, yeah, how much it sucks and you're stupid or whatever.
Well, that's good for you.
Yeah, like, let's be honest, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're wrong, though. You know, sometimes you may not understand someone totally, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they're stupid or whatever or don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, wait till the final product.
Yeah.
You know, but where were we, Tony?
So you're
Same
asking,
with
Remax.
Remax.
I was gonna ask you what made you go to Remax.
So I actually knew Joe Ferrigno and Tony Salerno. They are the broker owners of Remax Heritage in Westport and in Monroe. And I just connected with them. I liked them. And I think it was during a time where everything was shut down. So it was kind of like there was this uncertainty of like what's going to go on. And I said, here I am at this particular place. I'm not really making the headway that I wanted. And that was a great manager at that brokerage, really kind individual. The broker before that at the other same company but brokerage that I was in, he was tough, but he was very good, and he kind of lit a fire under me. And so, I definitely have had respectable agent production years, but I'm not that agent that wants that reward or that, that recognition, like agent of the month, on social media. And so when I came over, I said, guys, I'm going to tell you, please don't post that I came over here. It's not that I'm not proud to be a part of your brokerage. I don't want to play the dog and pony show. And I see that a lot in our industry going on, and it's fine. And for the agents that love it and it works for them, that's great. But I want to work with people that just want to focus on the task at hand, which is helping them to find a place to live, because it's for their family. There's certainty around that when there's not certainty around the real estate market. But if you're going to live somewhere for 20, 30 years, and you're going to grow memories, that has way more value than worrying about the equity in your home and what other brokerages online. Because actually, the Z brokerage, I won't name it, they're the Z company. They're actually a brokerage now, so I can't even mention them by real estate law. Not that I can't. I'm sure they're not paying attention to me. And the dream cost something, and they fell very short last year in their home buying program. Very short. It's inevitable of some of the things that might be in the foreseeable future. Just leave it there.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
I have a question.
Oh.
Did you see yourself being a real estate agent, or when you were a kid, what did you want to be?
Wow.
I don't know. I remember as my grandpa on my father's side was a fire commissioner in Long Beach, New York. And so as a kid, I remember going on these fire trucks. And I was tiny. I was like a little pint size, and these trucks were just so amazing. And I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a fireman.
I can see you playing a fireman in a movie.
Me too.
Yeah.
100%.
What's that movie
Right
with,
now,
with the dog? The fireman with the dog, fire dog. Is it fire dog?
Well, I don't know.
I feel like
I can't remember.
Craig,
You got to
you'd
look
be
it up.
the good
I don't
lead
know.
actor in that
Or
movie.
I would have or that was like one of the other things that was kind of itching at me during this whole whole transition, is that I would love to have done acting in that regard. And so I
Firehouse
think
Dog?
We'll put
the
you in,
podcast is like
Firehouse
been
Dog.
Have you
amazing.
Firehouse Dog?
we'll put you in one of our films. Don't worry.
There you go. There you go.
Did you ever do theater?
Crying
Anything
Q.
like that?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I did a little bit of theater.
Wow.
And that was fun, but that was like outside of high school, and it was a lot. It was really cool to kind of see like how people get into character.
Yeah.
And but I just don't think I had the patience or the wherewithal to like actually learn and read script. And now we're being put to the test to have to learn some things overnight to, come on and create credibility around the podcast. So.
Yeah.
So honestly, now I want to know what made you start Coffee with CraigO.
Yeah. Oh shit. You did some due diligence.
Due diligence.
So Coffee with CraigO was like at the time when I realized that a lot of the agents had generational business and I had none. So how was I going to draw attention? So I was like, all right, let me get in front of the camera. And so literally I was working with the social media company, and I'm very grateful to this day. The gentleman's name, I'll just leave it as Adam. His name was Adam. Really, yeah, and now there's a cool Adam in my life. But this Adam individual was a really nice guy, and I hired them for social media content. So we go to a cafe place in Norwalk, and we sit down, we're having coffee, and I'm literally just kind of unloading as the camera's going on. And he's like, coffee, we're having coffee, and I'm like, with Craig and my last name, and I'm like, Coffee with CraigO. And that's kind of how the idea of like CraigO was kind of like born. So like, that
It's like your alter
CraigO. Yeah, I don't know. No, it's me, no alter ego. But I think
like Black Mamba for Kobe.
Yeah. So
they
then
all go into this zone.
So then I just decided to do interviews. And it was kind of like a cool thing. And that's kind of how I kind of tripped into that. And then I just started calling on people saying, hey, I want to interview you.
Who would you interview for?
Coffee with
Anyone?
CraigO. Yeah, I mean, I interviewed some top agents. I interviewed people who wrote books. I interviewed dog walkers. I interviewed people at health spas, legitimate health spas. So, I interviewed a lot of different people, and it was really cool. And I was able to build relationships from that. And from that, I got some referrals. Was it the end all be all? No, but it did put me out there more in the social media sphere. And that was it. And then we got to a level of higher production with my good friend Michael Ursone from Ursone Films. Great guy. He actually filmed our wedding. We went to college together in film class at Norwalk Community. So just some really good long-term friendships.
Yeah.
You left that out with us in your story.
How dare you?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
How would you leave that out?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Filmed your wedding.
No, film school. He was in. He
My
did film.
my friend
Oh,
was
he did, or you?
I
did.
I was
Oh,
in the
you're saying-
same film class, but it was really just I took a movie class because it was an elective.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So
all right.
not
Cool.
really.
I get why you didn't
He
say it.
did more of
Got
that
it,
stuff.
got it.
Me-
Oh
thought
yeah, I
you
thought
said-
you were saying about his
Me
friend
too. I thought he
I
was-
thought you were saying why don't you talk about your friend
Oh
more?
no! I thought it because I was thinking it was both. He was. Like,
I'm
I
the
did
last
too.
person that should edit anything.
It is pretty typical that they're it was an elective film class.
Classic. Get an easy
Get an
A.
easy A. Little do they know.
Yeah, it actually takes
No, guys.
skill and brain power.
Guys, it was pretty easy.
How
was-
How dare
How
you?
dare
tell-
you.
No, we
how
just
dare you
watched
say
movies,
it
and then
How
the
dare you say
professor,
that?
the professor would come up at the end and he'd say, "So, what do you think of this movie? How does it make you feel?" And I was a good bullshit artist, so that was easy. That was
I should have taught that class.
Yeah.
You
would have failed.
It made me cry inside. So yeah,
I would have
so,
been TA for you.
Oh, I would have been dope.
You could. I would have helped you though.
yeah.
Maybe get you to C.
Yeah.
I know that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, and then I also interviewed Mr. Shiran Nicholson, the owner of the Knowlton in Bridgeport.
Oh, that was the one here.
We
The interview
watched
was here.
it.
We
Yeah.
did watch it. Yeah.
So,
That was like my first impression of you, actually.
oh God, sorry about that.
No, it wasn't
Oh,
a bad
it's okay.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's, good-looking guy on camera.
Yeah. Good looking dude.
This guy
seems
could
nice.
be the head of a podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chief.
Oh.
Here I'm trying to be nice.
I know.
Now
he throws a jab.
Yeah, jab, dude. Yeah, drink your water.
You can do some sound bites too. You know what I mean?
Do you want some sound
I
bites?
know you like them.
Do you have sound bites?
I got
Are
a
you kidding me?
couple
We have
sound
barn
bites.
sound bites.
Oh, barn sound bites are pretty good, dude. I have a couple of mics too, but
Here we go.
Oh wow.
barn.
That's him on the sports board.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Energy.
Wow.
Oh, it's great. There's another high energy one too.
Let's see.
Oh, here it is.
Let's go!
Wow. So what were you asking me? No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's okay. So yeah, you what ended the coffee with CraigO? Where what happened?
Actually, the creation of CraigO's Crypto Corner ended it.
Tell me about it.
So
What is this show?
Yeah,
I saw that you have like nice
So,
thumbnails and all that stuff. It looks great.
I'm in. By the way, everyone, just whoever's listening in, I'm actually in the room with the amazing people who have
that's so funny.
helped to create the episodes, the thumbnails, editing the short clips, getting it out on to Twitter, to Facebook, to Instagram, to TikTok,
to Minds.
to Minds.
YouTube Shorts,
Shout out to Bill Ottman.
YouTube
Had him
long
on as a
format.
guest. So. The idea about months ago was probably, I think at the beginning of this year, early beginning of this year, I was at lunch with my good friend, Adam Hirsch.
How'd you guys meet?
Adam and I met at Remax.
Tinder?
No, not Tinder. Not one of those love
Proud of
stories,
that
but
one, huh?
but a great friendship at that. So like last year, when it was like my first full year at Remax in 2021, right? We did a lot of buy and sell real estate closings together. He did all of for my clients because last year was incredible. 2021 was incredible. This year is a very interesting start. I'm doing well. Got a number of closings coming up, but 2021 was really interesting because the market still had inventory for the buyers and properties were still selling fast. So you were able to work both sides, both the buyers and the sellers, and there was a balance. Right now there's no balance to that. You could literally get my son to list a property and it would sell tomorrow for top dollar. I think what makes the difference is what makes you really good in that space is being able to navigate all the offers that come in, picking out the best ones, terms, conditions, keeping your clients sane. Those are all the things that I don't think my son could do necessarily yet. So Adam and I were sitting at lunch, and he knew I was into crypto. We always will have our weekly lunches where actually you and I are going to meet with him, I think next week or Thursday for lunch, and we meet at his restaurant, and it's really awesome. We get to connect.
Kitchen. Shout out Mounier.
Shout out to Mounier. And
Fireproofing food.
And so we were talking about, I said, I would love to do a podcast. And he's like, okay. He's like, go get the information. So then I call my friend.
Who?
Can I name the friend? Is it okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm joking. Shiran Nicholson.
Yeah.
So I call Shiran.
Well, shout out Shiran for the building.
Yeah, shout out to Shiran and building. It's all
Thanks for the building.
It's all because of the building. It's all because of the building. Everything, it's like the Field of Dreams here.
Yes, and didn't you help him get the building?
I did. We actually connected. Now, oh my gosh.
Yeah, how'd you meet him?
Let's come back to that. How did I meet Shiran? We're going to come back to that, but I just want to talk about Adam. So Adam and I were sitting at lunch, and I said, Adam, I want to do a podcast. He's like, go get me the information. Go get me the information. So we did. I got them the information. I met with you guys and was like, love at first sight. And I'm like, the vibe in this building, the vibe in this room, the female energy of Renee, amazing. Your energy, shout out to Renee. I got to also meet the other crew and Lord Barnes and everyone. Maddie, don't forget. And it was just awesome just to be able to connect. And I was like, okay, this is going to be cool. And then I think you had these ideas of like grandeur, like, oh, this is going to be huge. But what you didn't understand, or what I didn't think about the day that we did it, is how long it takes to actually build credibility in the space, a respectful following that really loves and engages with the content. And we're now just at that point where I'm starting to see what's around the corner.
2 months later.
Yeah.
Remember that.
It takes, what
2
is Mike
months,
going to tell
folks.
me? It's because of
2
him.
months.
But in that regard, I think, you kind of have these ideas, but at the end of the day, I truly love learning about the Web3 space.
I know, you see it on the show.
And I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity. And so Adam and I partnered up, and I'm super honored to have a friend of mine who believes in me and my ability and talent and skill set, and allowing me to grow without the pressure of having to worry about how many followers. All right, are we going to monetize right now? All the things that I was initially caught up on. Right now, my focus is just to bring great content to an audience and then let them grow with that. So you asked me about Shiran and how do Shiran and I meet, which is a really kind of almost, I feel like almost a cooler story. Like Adam's great story, close friends.
Adam's a great dude. I
love Adam.
Great energy from the moment we met that first lunch at Mounier. Very, very awesome dude.
First attorney at law.
Definitely going to have him on the show.
For all of your buying and selling real estate legal needs, please reach out to Adam Hirsch. So Shiran and I actually met in birthing class, of all things, when Wilder was in the womb and Jacob was in the womb. This is almost 6 years ago now.
Let's talk about a birthing
Oh, this is
class,
6 years ago. Actually, no, this is over 6 years ago. Yeah.
Explain the birthing class to me.
Oh, because in birthing class, Tony, they make it feel like it's going to be so natural and so calm. And they get this like woman like squatting in like this beautiful lake with mountains around it. And she's so calm and zen. Let me just say.
Bullshit.
Yeah, we'll come to the birth story of Jacob, which is really cool. Birth in the car. I'll leave it there.
Whoa.
Yeah. Woo. My wife. But credit due to the hospital that kept sending her back the whole day. I'm being a little sarcastic. I'm not as sarcastic as I used to be, thank goodness. But yeah, so they sent her back, and then at a certain point she was so dilated. Yeah, see my hand gesture, so dilated that we had an active birth. But let me just come back to that. Yeah, that was a crowning moment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. A crowning moment. Boom. Yeah, there's Tony, it's because you haven't had, that's how you know you're not a dad yet. Because it's not gross. It is the coolest. I mean, I'm not I'm driving the whole time as this is going on. But to come back to Shiran.
You didn't pull over or anything?
No, dude. No. We let's just say we were speeding, and at the end I got lost. At the very end, and my wife said, "Take a left, take a right," and I'm like, "Thank God!" Like I was in the car going, "I'm gonna be on the side of the road." I asked her a number of times, "Should I pull over and deliver the baby?" Like the idea that I was just like, "This baby's gonna come out on the floor," And literally, I can't believe. Okay, I'm just coming to it. So we pull
do
up to
it.
Danbury Hospital, and I asked her because we're coming out of my driveway or
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the street. You could take a left, and Norwalk Hospital's 5 minutes away.
Right.
And then her birthing center at a certain point had to turn her away. So she was gonna have to give birth at Danbury Hospital.
But at this point, she's in labor right now.
Active labor, bro. Active. Yeah, screaming, like I'm panicking, I'm shaking, we're getting people. I don't even think we got anybody on the phone because I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. To make it worse, I'm speeding and I get pulled over by a police officer. And it's definitely during a time where things were definitely unheightened for people. Just if you go back to the summer of 2016, there's a lot that was going on just in the news. And so your mind's working a certain way. And it just kind of involved police and, people feeling uncomfortable or uneasy. Again, I'm not going down that road at all. But I stick my hand out of the car and I'm like, sir. And he comes to the car at a distance. Even he approached cautiously. My wife's in active labor.
Naturally.
So then quietly, comfortably, he kind of let his guard down a little bit, and he's like, oh, "Okay, just go." And
I can't believe he didn't be like, follow me.
Yeah, right. I'll
Yeah.
take you to the hospital.
What movie did you watch? I don't know. Every officer
it's called
is
being
different
a
in that
good
regard. Yeah.
policeman.
He wasn't bad, but he wasn't.
I would do.
I don't know that he was thinking about that. I don't know. I think he probably did call ahead to the hospital, but again, I don't know. Everybody's different. So I agree with you. I don't disagree.
So all right, you got to speed now.
Yeah. So
100.
basically, no. I was moving. I was moving. I definitely was on I don't want to die.
Yeah.
And if we get in an accident, this isn't gonna be good. You know.
What kind of car are we driving?
I was driving. I was driving her actually Mini Cooper.
No way. That's
I
awesome.
think she had a Mini Cooper.
Very
at the
nimble.
time. Yeah.
Bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, I could get through anything.
Yeah, dude. That's
Yeah.
Italian
good.
job.
Yes.
I think it was. Well, I remember because I remember cleaning up the seat this morning. So we pull up to the hospital, and literally as soon as we pull up to the hospital, she relaxes, and the baby just pops right out in the front seat of the car. Word. Yeah. Welcome to the world, Jacob Leo Oshrin. August 6th, 2016, keeping it real at 2:20 in the morning, I think. I hope I'm right on that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the date right. Yeah.
That's good at least.
Yeah,
you got the
thank
date.
God. I know I don't have the time right, but.
Or
yeah.
the car.
Yeah.
It's
It
still
was
to be
such an
determined.
emotional experience. It was overwhelming.
Oh, my
Oh, could
God.
imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, a normal one is
Birth
overwhelming.
experience. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Crazy to let that settle in. So yeah, that's how he was brought into this world.
Classes really didn't come
Shiran?
in handy.
Birthing class didn't help. They didn't do the
Since-
car simulation.
Yeah,
No,
like I
so
said,
that was that was the whole thing. It's
do
like
they
Shiran
teach you
walked
how to,
into the class
like-
really cool, cool. Like I got this under control, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God, I'm about to have a baby."
Yeah.
Not I'm about to have, but the idea of
Having a
there's a
kid.
responsibility, something you're gonna fall in love with. All right, would you ask me about Shiran?
How you
Or
met?
Not Shiran. Would you ask me?
How you met? That was it.
Oh, how did we meet?
birthing
Yeah,
class.
we met in birthing class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't really talk to him until then. We actually, I think it was a year later or 2 years later, somebody just connected us and we grabbed coffee and we just started talking. I was like, how old's your son? I was my son. And hey, you did the birthing class. I was like, oh yeah, you were that dude that only came once or twice.
Oh.
And I came to every single week. And I remind him of that. I mean, it's not like I'm going to share this, I'm going to probably share it until we die. But yeah. These classes were long and they were
What do you
arduous.
do? You
The
just
lady
sit
had
there?
great snacks in the birthing class, though. She had
Nice.
amazing snacks.
So what do? Just sit there for
You just sit there
and what?
and you just bullshit. Literally just talk about natural birthing and all the situations.
Have
that
you
can
ever heard of
arise.
dolphin birthing? They create a solar vortex and it's painless.
Right.
That's
Cool.
what I would probably do.
You have to buy into that, I think.
Oh, I would You have no. I would be so down.
Dolphin vortex?
Go look it up.
Okay.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. Huh. Shit.
They used to have one in Hawaii, but not anymore.
That's baller. You got to be baller status for that. I mean, I got to assume that's some
That's the only
serious
way for
stuff.
me. I won't. That's my.
That's what you're going to do?
No, not me, but that's my. They don't. Question for a girl, for marriage and stuff. Well, what do you want to do? How do you want to raise a kid?
Yep.
Has to be a dolphin.
First date.
birthing.
First date question.
First date question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. I guess you can skip dessert at that point.
Yeah, really.
You know, got the formalities out of the way of how you want your birth done.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do it.
So
Cool, man. Wow. Normal birthing for the second one?
not it was Father's Day.
Oh, cool. Happy Father's Day.
No, it was Father's Day 2019. Thanks. God damn.
No, I know not today. I'm saying
Not today.
Happy Father's Day on the day of.
So the water broke. The water broke, and we had to go to the hospital. And the baby was kind of facing in the wrong position, so they had to stick a needle in Rachel's back and move the baby around. And that was some gnarly stuff to watch, like how they move. Oh my gosh, it was like alien predators. Wanted the baby to like pop out and be like, I'm here. It didn't happen though. So.
Wait, the needle.
Yeah.
It just goes in and
Right.
like attaches to the baby, basically, and then they're just like,
No, the needle is to numb the back,
got it.
to numb the
Got it.
stomach area, and then Rachel just like throws up. It was kind of, it was gnarly.
Wow.
Rachel's gonna really appreciate that I talked about these birth experiences.
I
but
mean,
it was cool.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it is.
and then Perry was born June 18th, 2019.
That's awesome.
dope.
Yeah,
So they're 3 years apart. Is
yeah,
that correct?
yeah.
That's
It's
good.
kinda like
It's
me and my
a-
brother.
It's a good gap. We're 4
Yeah.
years,
I
almost
know.
5, really.
It's a nice balance.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's the perfect fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good you went 3 instead of 4, because then when you do 4 years, you're doing both graduations at the same time. It's no good.
So you know this from experience.
Yeah, my
because-
brother was 4 years older, so I was graduating middle school. He did high
Nice.
school, and then same thing with college and everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's funny. You can't wait for those older years when the kids are self-sufficient and they're like little, they're adults, and then,
Then they are adults, and you're like, oh, I miss those days. That's what you're gonna say. Apparently, that's what everyone
yeah,
says.
I don't know. I don't want to miss those days.
I don't think he's there yet.
I'm
No,
happy.
he's not there yet. But
No, I'm happy now. Like
Yeah,
good.
I remember back. I'll look at those pictures. You get Google that will send you like all the photos and
Yeah.
and I'm just healthy, happy kids. It's great.
I love it.
Yeah.
How did you meet your wife? Did you
yeah.
go over that? How'd you
No.
meet
No, we
Rachel?
didn't.
No.
I met her on J-Date.
What's that?
No kidding. It's like a Jewish.
It's the Jewish.
Yeah, it's like the
yeah.
Christian mingle for Jewish
Shameless-
people.
I mean, no, it's not shameless. Just
Shalom.
a plug. Yeah,
Shalom.
shalom plug.
Shalom
Yeah.
plug, yes.
Dude, so it
Jay-
works.
Shout out Judaism.
Shout out Judy.
Shout out Judaism.
Like, would you be like, shout out Christianity for
If it was Christian Mingle?
Mingles?
Yeah.
Would you be like,
Or
shout
shut
out
down
to
anyway.
Jesus, love you?
Yeah, shout out
Like,
to
how would
Christianity
that
right
go
now.
down?
Yeah.
Shout out to all my religious folks out there. Much respect.
Spirituals, yes.
Spirituals
People out there.
and spirituals too.
So yeah, would you guys go on a date? Love at first sight. She
So,
hated you. What was it?
J-Date, obviously, online,
Yes.
right? What year is this?
2014.
Oh.
2013. I'm sorry. 2013.
Oh, boy, but I get these dates right.
Shit, yeah. Because we got married in November of 2014. November 22nd.
Wow, that's so quick.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't
Wait,
it?
so it was a
Crazy
year
to know if you know.
difference?
You know, yeah.
You got married
Yeah.
in a year later
Yeah.
from meeting.
I think it was the 23rd. I have this cutting board and it has the wrong date. And every time I see the date, it's kind of like Renee, with like if I see something, it gets in my head.
Yeah.
So that date will always mess with me. But at least I think it was the 22nd or the 23rd. It's this cutting board. I had this cutting board at the house. It was the cutting board's fault.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it was love at first sight.
Where is this first date at?
I don't know if I don't believe in love at first sight. I don't know. Like I met her and I was like, awesome, like you could see now as a mother of my children. I don't get that deep, but like you see someone who you're just like, this is
Already.
No, but like
We're
this
having
is
a dolphin birth.
But this is like a good person. This is somebody that really has worked on their life and themselves, and
Yeah.
I'm working on myself, and but you don't know until you're in it, until like you have kids to actually get the pressure to have other people's opinions, invasive opinions of how you should raise kids and what you should do. A lot of people have a lot of opinions, but yet it's not them in the drive. It's like someone coming up going, guys, I know what you need to do for Downtime TV.
I know.
And if you do these things, you're going to be successful. And if you don't do them well, hey, don't say I didn't tell you so. And it's like, but I didn't ask you for your opinion. A lot of people have those opinions
Yeah,
too.
I know. It's tough.
Yeah. So what I hope as I grow older and one day my kids will be parents is for me to just be a grandparent, not a grand advisor to my children about their parenting. Just saying. Just leaving it out there.
Yeah.
Just on the laundry line. Please don't dive any further. But it
Yeah.
really makes me laugh that people have the audacity sometimes where they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
just gonna leave
I
it
know.
there.
I sometimes people just cross a line they shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, opinions and advice are yours. Keep them to yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my thought sometimes, because I think it was before I had kids. It was very easy to be like, oh man, you're not doing this or you're not doing that, and you would kind of have those quiet judgments. But you're like, who am I? I'm not. But now that you're a parent, you're kind of like, because parenting is hard and it's not made or fit for everyone. And then if it's not, you've got to really rise to the occasion. You've got to be, almost kind of like somewhat extraordinary. And then you're not going to have your best moments every day.
Yeah.
But you want your kids to see the very best in you, so they become
good people in society.
Well, can I tell you about the so I had a cinnamon roll issue with my son. So this morning I was getting ready to drop him off, and he's like, "Dad, I'm hungry." Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. I get my coffee. I get what I want. You get what you want. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
So I get him the cinnamon roll. On the way out, this kid's like, "Dad, where's my Pellegrino?" Excuse me, Jacob? What do you mean, where's your Pellegrino? Yeah, I want my seltzer. Okay, you got water in the car. Oh, no, and they'll throw this like big tantrum. And I'm like, Jacob, you didn't even say thank you for the cinnamon bun that I bought you. So I think what's kind of interesting is like at a young age, is kind of making your kids appreciate, like, some people can't go out and get the extra food because they don't have the money to go out and get and I think those things are kind of like a miss, whereas I try to just fill him in. And then, he's only going to be but 6 years old.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, it's like, all right, Dad, stop bothering me. Thank you. Like reluctant thank you, or the reluctant I'm sorry. Like when him and Perry get into it.
Yeah.
Or if he does something that's, not safe.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jacob, please say you're sorry to Perry, because so those are the interesting moments, and it's kind of like the same thing each day. And then it gets really exciting when they catch on to something little, and they finally, you see that light go off, and you're like, you got it, you understand now. Thank you. Now we can go to the next level. But you keep like hitting your head against this wall until they're like, okay, so if I push my sister, that means she's gonna fall, and then she's gonna get hurt, and then I'm gonna get in trouble, and that means I'm gonna lose dessert. I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. Can I have dessert tonight?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can I have dessert? Literally.
Right. That one really landed with Renee.
Yeah. Dessert.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I have my dessert now?
Yes, it seems like that was.
We were talking about this other day of how we just don't understand how you could be like holding a kid's face. Like, it was when I forget the area we were in. There's this kid who was screaming, and the mom literally like she held him. They had eye contact. She held his face, and he was like, "You hear my voice. This is the level it needs to be at." And he would repeat it back. And then she'd walk away. Like how the parent is talking to the kid, but they don't hear anything.
Yeah. They're in no brain.
I don't get it, because they have a brain.
It's because they're in theta. They're just
and they're also testing you and manipulating. They're learning about. I mean, think about it. As adults, we do manipulation. Yeah, right on my podcast. I have to convince people I'm a great resource to listen to, so more than maybe the other podcaster. But I feel like in that community, everything's it's pretty cohesive. Like when you're working amongst great people. But we're always doing it. You guys are positioning yourselves, right?
Yeah.
So he's just doing the same thing, just at a different level. It's not like he has a job or he has to work for anything. So all he's trying to do is convince the adults in his life that he should get dessert tonight. And please negate that I just like pushed my sister down and she got hurt. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can I have my dessert?
Yeah. Seems like that's happened a lot.
Maybe we should take like negotiation advice from like people in court. They should start studying kids.
Yes. Maybe. I agree. We could learn a lot. Because I think it's like, think about it, but some adults will grow up and that prefrontal cortex will not be developed, super aggressive, and they'll do something. They'll know it's wrong, but then they won't worry about they're not concerned with the consequences beforehand. And I think that's like with children. So that to me is more scary as an adult that is not thinking about the consequence until after and then is upset with the punishment or the result of that. It can be anything, work or criminally related. It could be anything, So I think it's think before you speak, think before you do.
Definitely breathe.
Yeah, breathe.
Before like reacting.
That's hard.
I know.
But it's important.
Tony doesn't have any problems.
I like to breathe.
You seem like a breather.
Yeah, it's good. All right, so J-Date. We didn't get over the J-Date here.
All right, let's come back to
J-Date. This is pretty fascinating to me.
What's fascinating? Jews online dating?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Obviously, like the fact that your significant other, you obviously wanted her to be Jewish, right? So that was pretty important to you. But what was like, what was your first date?
Yeah, where was it? What was it?
We went to Barcelona.
Wine bar.
Yeah, we went to a wine bar.
Nice.
And she doesn't drink. Not for any... No, she used to drink in college, just doesn't drink anymore. And so, you know...
and you knew this? You still recommended Barcelona Wine Bar. Interesting. Strike one, CraigO.
No, not really. They have great tapas.
I'm kidding.
They have great tapas, Tony.
You like their tapas?
Yeah.
Tony
I did.
doesn't like small portions.
I think it's a little bit of a scam, if you ask me.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say, CraigO? No, yeah, I mean, listen, hey, listen, tapas is cool. I love apps, you know, but it's just like expensive for a little amount of food. Like it's a lot of money you're spending for a little amount of food.
Yeah.
But Tony, what you're not thinking about is there's ambiance.
The ambiance is dope in there. We'll give it very retro style.
The summer, I
in
think
the
it's
hi ho.
better.
I'm talking about the one in the hi ho.
Yeah,
I like
the
the hi ho one is nice too. We
Are
went
there
to the
other
one in
Barcelonas?
South. We went to the one in South Norwalk, but we've
Okay.
also been to the one that's hi ho. Is that one still open? By the way?
Yeah, that one's dope.
I like that spot.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. A little small.
Yeah.
Much like
No,
their
but
place
I'm
of
thinking
food.
the summer it's better because they got that nice patio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they got the tomato garden out there. It's
Oh,
nice.
how nice. Yeah.
So Barcelona Wine Bar, right? Great time. Tapas, wine,
Yes.
just for you.
Just for you.
Just for me.
And then it was all uphill from there.
I mean, uphill.
Or
Yeah,
down, you know,
yeah, it was great.
great
Dating
time?
was great. Getting to know each other was great. Meeting one of her childhood friends.
Cool.
Shout out to Leslie Bokel. She's awesome. So, you know, getting to connect and, you know, figure out what's similar and what's not. And there's so much that we're opposite on, but then there's the things, the core values are the things that we really align on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go for your honeymoon?
It's gorgeous. We went to Costa Rica.
Costa
Rica.
Costa
Costa
Rica.
Costa.
Cool.
That was great.
That's dope. Never been.
Yeah.
Never been either.
We flew from one end of the island to the other on an airplane.
Ooh. One of those small airplanes with the
I
land in
kissed
the
that
water.
ground. Yes.
Did you land in the water or you landed on an airstrip? Was it one of those water planes?
No, we landed on an
Shit,
airstrip. We
Okay,
landed on an
cool.
airstrip, but that was incredibly scary. Yeah. I didn't like it.
Yeah, small
At
planes. Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
At all. At all.
The
Zero.
nails are jingling and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duct tape on the wing. You're walking out like,
Oh no.
When you can literally take like two big steps and be sitting where the pilot's sitting, and you've got about 12 people on an airplane packed in with a bunch of luggage, and you're over 10,000 feet in the air, and you're so above clouds. That's when you kind of feel safe. But these planes, kind of a little bit like kites. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
they get tossed around. in
they're
the wind.
tough,
Yeah.
man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Nah.
So
I'll just take my private jet.
yeah, okay,
It's just better that way.
yeah. Take the private jet.
Yeah.
Bring it into reality, right?
Yeah, no, we have a downtime jet, but you haven't seen it. It's parked in the grass out back in the Nolan. You turned the invisibility cloak on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. It's probably an NFT with jet rights. So you guys know what that means, right? So you have access to jet rights because you own this
you're not
particular
doing that right now.
non-fungible
This is not
token.
CraigO's Crypto
It's
Corner.
not.
I can't believe this man. He's trying to turn this into CraigO's Crypto Corner.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No, not at all. It just made me think of that.
What else, Tony?
I mean, I feel like we didn't necessarily talk about what got you into crypto to begin with.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. What got you into the space?
So it was actually my cousin, Evan Posture.
Evan Posture.
Shout out Evan Posture.
Shout out Evan.
Shout out Evan.
Evan, yeah. So
From what side of the family?
my mom's side.
Shout out your mom's side.
Yeah, shout out.
Always close since you were kids, or
No,
You and your cousin?
no.
No.
We've always been really cool, and
Yeah.
I think over the years, he's a dad, I'm a dad.
Nice.
I love my cousin. He's a good man.
That's good.
He's very, very smart, and in 2017 he introduced me to crypto, and it was on Coinbase, and it was only 3 coins on that platform: Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. That was it. And I got a bunch of coins, and literally a couple weeks later, the portfolio literally doubled. And then probably about a couple months later, the portfolio literally went to about 90% of its, or 10% of its original value. So I was up 100% down to 10% of its value. So 200% down to 10%. How beautiful.
Very.
And then I was like, this crypto thing's a fad. It's a scam. What is this? And I didn't bother to look into it. It was just like, oh, this will make me money? Okay, I'll get Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, blah, 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 blah. And then I think it was literally at the beginning of last year. my buddy Sean Rosenfeld. Shout out to him.
Sean Rosenfeld.
Yep. So it was just it just became a friend of mine through through a networking group, and we connected and grown a really good friendship. And I respect him. And he just literally had me on the phone one night in early March of last year. And I was like, yeah, you know, I don't know if I want to get back into crypto. And everything's kind of like shut down. It gave people an opportunity during the pandemic to educate, learn a new skill set. You know, the idea of working from home and how the commercial real estate market will be hit in the years to come is going to be pretty interesting. I'll just leave that there because, again, I don't want to give my opinion necessarily on that. But what I thought was really fascinating is the idea of working from home. It gave people the opportunity, ability to learn. So during those times where things were shut down and certain things were in place, I just was the one like, let me start reading, let me start learning. And then like the night that I had talked to Sean, I literally did not go to sleep. And like this thing went off in my head and I said, wow. I said, the idea of what Web3 is and what's coming is going to be really powerful. And that was sort of my start down the rabbit hole, the blue pill or the red pill.
Right. And dude, what's your favorite part about the Web3 space?
My favorite part is learning how companies and individuals are going to create decentralized finance and watching how the governments throughout over the world are going to have to play in partnership. Because the power is not always going to be directly in the government's hands in that regard. I do think regulations are important because you want to create credibility. And I think right now there's a lot of scam in the space. I mean, understandably
so. There's a scam at every corner.
Yeah, CraigO's Crypto Corner.
Yep.
Yeah, look at you, man. How did you know? You know about
seen it once or twice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, probably seen it more than anyone, more than me.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, I know, I get it.
I don't know. You watch yourself
no.
after. So.
No, like I'll watch
yourself,
once.
yeah.
Okay,
I'll
so
watch
then maybe,
once.
yeah.
100%.
Don't fib on the podcast.
No, once. I mean, that would be kind of like narcissistically kind of crazy. And plus, I don't know that I have the time because then how would I learn new stuff?
True.
Right? Because we've already right now at the time of this conversation, we've already done 15 episodes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
15 in literally a 60 to 90 day period.
Yeah.
That's insane. But you were, but yeah, so I think what will happen is that companies like Starbucks, they're literally going to launch their NFT platform. Coinbase, the platform that's known by most when somebody doesn't know crypto or doesn't have a hard wallet, a hot wallet, wouldn't know about it. Now we're going to be introduced through Coinbase and being introduced to their NFTs. And we actually noticed an arbitrage. There was a price difference between Coinbase and OpenSea. But anyways, that's a whole neither here nor there. I think what it allows is that people are now will not be looked at based on race or religion, but you're a skew of digit of numbers. And if you know how to move through the Web3 ecospace, you can do a lot of really cool things. And by the way, it comes with high risk. And that's why I think always in the show, I'm like always cognizant, like not financial advice. 'Cause I don't want to be anybody's financial advisor. And I think financial advisors, speaking of that, are having such a hard time on their own to be able to wrap their heads around this new space. But talk to somebody that has a license for that. I just want to share what my experience is and
your research you've done.
Yeah, and companies like there's actually this thing called
diligence.
One of the women that we're having coming on. It's lately a lot of really cool women guests. I love that. She has this thing called a POAP. So a POAP is a proof of attendance protocol. So basically, you go into a coffee shop and they give you this like checker thing and you start stapling it off. Well, that's what they're going to do is they're going to create an NFT, or they created an NFT in their restaurant Chow Chow. I think it's in San Diego, where you go in and after a while you have customer loyalty reward programs because you have access to this particular NFT. At a certain point, I guess the question is this digital asset, which is an NFT, does that have value in certain organizations? So Starbucks is joining in with their however many millions of people that go to get their Pike coffee every day. So
cool.
Pike coffee.
Pike. That's where I started my coffee journey. I mean, that's the thing. Coffee with CraigO. You didn't ask me. So I never drank coffee up until I was 36.
Wow.
And this summer I'm going to be 45.
What made you all of a sudden drink a coffee at 36?
I don't know. I don't know. I think Starbucks was right around the corner from where I was working at the time as I was making the transition from moving company. I actually teamed up with a couple of big moving outfits in the area, go on to do estimates. As I was kind of just buying some time to figure out what I wanted to do, but I just knew that having a moving company just was not fulfilling, and I wasn't really able to make some of the impacts that I wanted to make, and it just didn't feel good for me anymore.
Right.
Until you saw Starbucks and said,
Just
"I'm going
bang
to do
coffee."
real estate."
Yeah, bang coffee.
Bang coffee.
Bang.
I went, I'm
coffee.
gonna bang a Starbucks Pike, take a medium, or how do they do the sizes?
Grande,
Grande,
tall,
venti,
Grande.
Trente.
Trente.
I didn't get a Trente. I got a
Parante.
Grande.
That's ridiculous.
Chocoparante.
Was a Trente big?
Yeah, it's the big 30 ounces.
The Chocopalante.
I know.
God.
Who needs that? Dude?
I don't need that in my life.
Sometimes though, I get a ice water there. Trente ice water.
Okay.
Very good ice water there.
They have good ice water there.
They do have
and
very
they'll
good ice water.
like they don't look at you weird for ordering a water because
they
obviously it's
understand.
free. You know, so they
Yeah.
just take the water.
Take the water, take the plastic cup.
Got it.
Did you do caffeine before coffee? You're just like no caffeine guy, and then all of a sudden, bang.
Not really. Bang. The word of the day. I did green tea.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I like teas, but I was never
caffeine
like
in
a
there?
yeah,
Yeah.
but I was
Yeah,
never
not
a
like
coffee
crazy, but-
person.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when I found coffee, it wasn't the taste; it was the feeling that you every day.
I know, it's
I need
great,
a coffee.
isn't it, right?
Once you got hooked,
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's nuts.
It's
it got you hooked before it
I
did.
I didn't drink coffee before I came here until I came here for
No
downtime. Swear to
No
God.
way.
Swear to you.
Oh my god.
Never drank coffee. I may have had a coffee here
Wow.
and there, but I wasn't like. I never like I woke up like, oh, I need a cup of coffee. I would drink
Yeah.
tea at night with my parents.
Yeah,
My mom.
that's awesome.
But yeah, never. Then I had
Wow.
coffee.
No, yeah, coffee's always been a staple.
That's awesome.
Staple.
Yeah. I was thinking about though the impact. So when I became a realtor, I think that was the thing is like there's an excitement when you watch somebody moving to that next chapter, whether they're selling a home or buying. That was really fun. The closing day was sort of that crescendo, and it wasn't. The paychecks helps. I just got to pay bills, got to keep the lights on.
Yeah.
But that feeling of appreciation is what I think we're doing that for. Is like that approval to hear people go, "That was great, thank you."
Yeah.
Or hey, here's a review. Or hey, I refer. Like I guess the best referrals are when they come from your past clients. Or like
Yeah.
Craig's great, you'll
Yeah,
like
that's
him.
dope.
He's go getter. And I also think then shout out to all the agents that inspired me because there's some really good agents and there's all these little tidbits from each agent that I took along the way. These little tidbits of information and how to approach and how to be professional and how to learn and you in this space I say. When you're watching high stress situations, it's really interesting to see how people will snap at you or approach you, sometimes not in the best manner. And even myself. So you have to kind of like be, take note of that and not be reactive,
Yeah.
but listen and then figure out where you're going to move.
I love that.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Good question.
Oh, wait, you actually said you don't like reading.
No,
Just recently,
just recently.
as of
I don't-
this afternoon.
Yeah, but you're not
reading
going
right
to
now.
see me like in a novel book.
Right.
You're going to see me like reading. Like I like reading for research.
Yeah.
I don't like pleasure reading. Like here's this story.
What about I know, so that's more articles you're reading then, right?
More
Right?
articles. Yeah, more blog
any
content.
books you ever read that you liked?
In school, anything? To
No,
Kill a
because that
Mockingbird?
seems like the thing on podcasts. Like, oh, my favorite book. Have you okay? The 48. It's gonna sound really perverse, but I like Robert Greene. He wrote the 48 Laws of Power, and then he wrote the 50th
So
Law.
there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
That's a good book.
but what's cool is that I would go in and I would read the laws,
Right.
and they were very crass because if you went through this book, you would never want to leave your house.
Right.
You'd just be like, oh my gosh, someone's about to make a power move on me today. And then you become sort of you're overanalyzing,
Yeah.
and then you're paralyzing. But I liked his ability to write, and when you see him as someone that'll come out and speak, and even 50 had mentioned to it that he's not the person that you would think. In that first phone call, he was expecting to meet somebody that was going to be in a very sharp suit and be a certain particular way, and he kind of defies that. But his interest was really, I think, relegated around, power and how do people obtain that.
Wow.
So I don't know that those were interesting books to read.
It was
those
the 48 Rules of
Laws.
Power. Laws. And then the 50th.
50th Law, yeah.
Are we missing 49?
Yeah, there's no 49. Not that I
Really?
know. Not that I know of. I think they did the 50th Law because of 50 Cent, and the 48 Laws of Power was his book. I don't know that I've seen a 49th Law,
No,
but
me
there
either.
there
It's a
could
huge
be.
hole, dude.
Tony can't handle that. He's gonna keep asking questions about it. Where's the 49?
I mean, I'm just like really joking at this point.
I know. Also, what's some advice you'd give to a young you? Would you have one? He literally looks just like you.
Huh. Be patient. Just because you get mad doesn't mean you're right. And don't think that you're going to change other people's points of view. Look for the friendships and the relationships where people, even if they don't agree with you, respect you enough to respect your belief system, and you can do the same. Mm-hmm. And I think we've gone so far away from that as a society.
Yeah, I was going to say not us.
That was deep. I do. I think we've gone so far away from that.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, especially right now.
Yeah.
You know, these times.
These times. I mean, there are always these times in history.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I say these times, like what does that mean to somebody? So when someone hears that, like, these times, you know, it's going to mean that that word or those two words, these times, are going to mean something. We're in unprecedented times. My buddy Michael Astorino, who owns Fabric Care Dry Cleaning, we created the Fab Love program, by the way, which we donated clothing to families and organizations that were in need.
When did you do that?
We started that in 2018. The program still runs really strong. But he said to me, because we talked, he was very fascinated with the JFK assassination. But we talked about the word unprecedented times, those words, unprecedented times. And you'll hear that throughout the course of history. And, you know, I think the times are changing, but I think the technology is moving faster. And as that technology moves, you're able to then target audience with a message to then have the opportunity, the idea, sometimes I think indirectly and sometimes directly, to program human beings. And I think we're seeing that. And I think part of my fascination with the Web3 space is to understand what's coming, because you can't stop it. So some people around me be like, oh, you're into that crypto Web3 thing and the metaverse and I'm like, you're holding a cell phone that at some point when the networks switch over, you're on Web3. So if you have an issue with that, you shouldn't have your cell phone. I'll just come knock on your door, or I'll mail you a letter.
Yeah, get a flip phone.
Get a flip phone.
Yeah.
So you can stay analog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know if analog still works.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah. But
money,
right?
If you have enough money.
Today when I was pumping gas, and because, you know, obviously the prices are back up again, and I was like, dang, like how things are so expensive now. I was like, there's always been a time, right? I was like, right now in this time that we're living in is going to be looked back upon in history years from now, right? Like think about during the Great Depression and how like the struggle to do different things. I don't know, to put food on your family's table, you know, lack of food all around. People were like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this is happening. But now we study that now, right? There's always gonna be something going on. Like I was talking to my sister and I was like, wow, I'm so happy that I'm like, this is gonna, I don't know if it's not bad, but like, I'm so happy that I'm not in the point in my life where I'm like having a family right now, have to get a house because everything's so expensive. And she's like, Renee, when you are getting to that time, there's gonna be something else going on that you're gonna have to deal with. So there's never not something gonna be going on.
Agreed.
It's kind of
and there's never a good time when someone's like, oh, I'm gonna wait until these things are done to do this. It's like you're gonna be waiting for the rest of your life, because there's always something. You're right, as you say, there's always something that comes up.
Or if anything, maybe there's like a weak sweet spot or something in between, or like maybe like right before the pandemic. Like if someone put their house for sale and then got into a new apartment or something like that, maybe that was like a weak sweet spot of like money-wise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. Yeah. 100%. Money does. It makes you feel like you. I guess when money is a false reality. You know, in the sense that if what you're doing is towards the common goal of money's great, and money may be a validate for some, but I think you find your comfort in consistency, which I think that's what I found with my family, with Rachel, and so with our kids, is that there's a consistency in place, and I need consistency. I think it's important. Some people can operate outside of consistency, but I think when you develop habit of doing things or tasks, it can be as simple as washing the dishes or doing the laundry. Yeah. But when you're consistent at those things, you then learn how to manage your time. So during those times, I'm listening to podcasts, and doing audio stuff, because I want to like continue to consume and sponge content and information. And so I think during this pandemic, gave everybody during the shutdown, or gives everybody the chance to better themselves.
Yeah. No, and some people did and some people didn't.
Right.
You know? And
right.
It's tough to those people who didn't, honestly.
Agreed.
But yeah, dude. I think this is a good part 1. We'll definitely have another part 2, and we'll come back in like 6 months. Talk some more.
Yeah. No, this is really good. I appreciate you guys very much. So.
Yeah, appreciate you too, bro. Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers on water. Cheers.
Yeah, Poland Spring.
Poland Spring.
Shout out Poland Spring.
Shout out Poland Spring and American Mule.
American Mule.
Great hoodie. Great hoodie.
Great hoodie.
Shout out to Adam Hirsch.
Shout out Adam.
Yep. Hirsch Real Estate Law.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Downtime TV.
Downtime TV.
Shout out to my wife and kids. Shout out.
Shout out.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, guys. We love you. Peace.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.